Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be making these bunny bottom keychains. We cut the acrylic blanks on a CO2 laser. We also used holographic vinyl from the Michaels Maker Market collection. The pom-poms for the tails are from the crafting section at Walmart. And here we are, we're in Inkscape, and I'm just showing you. I made this file and I had some problems with it because if you see on the left foot, there's lines going through it, and then with the bunny tail, there's a line going through it as well. I really wasn't sure how to correct that or how to work around it. I added in fill, and you see I put the fill back in, and now it covers up the lines. So what I did was I exported this out. It's an SVG. I exported out as a PNG. And then, and what I'm showing you here is that you give it a name, and you're going to do export as, and then underneath there's another button that says export. That will not export until you hit that button as well. And that took me a while to learn. And then now we've exported the image. I went online and I used image to vector. And what that does is it takes your PNG and converts it into a vector image. And then I have in Cricut Design Space now, and this is what the image looks like once it's vectorized. And there's just the feet alone. I'm just toggling back and forth, shutting everything off just to show you what the image looks like. Now that'll be the vinyl that we cut with the holographic, and the little feet will be cut with Oracal pink, light pink vinyl, Oracal 651. And right now we will take this image and we're going to start duplicating. And I usually right click on the image and then I'll hit D, and then or just right click and then choose duplicate, and that'll duplicate the little bunny bottoms. And then I really only need to make 4 more of these because I did a practice one. I'm going to take 5 and put them on here. I may even have more than that, but I just, after I got them all lined up, I did just cut out what I needed. And then I'll go through and I'll align these up. I didn't really distribute them or anything. There was such a small amount of them. I just thought I would rearrange them, and I end up cutting out 5. And that's really all I needed. And then we're going to go to our Cricut mat. We're going to do a 12 by 12 Cricut mat. And then here they are laid out, and then we're just going to tell Cricut to cut these out of vinyl. And then we will just do the weeding and everything when we get done. And then there's where you would choose vinyl. It's the second one on the right up top. And then we're at our Cricut Maker right now, and we're cutting out this holographic vinyl. I just love this holographic vinyl from Michaels. Really didn't know what to think of it, and it came out and weeded very nicely. And it's Make Market on the back of it. I usually call it backwards Maker Market, but it's Make Market. And then I'm just using my Dollar Tree tool. It always comes in handy. It's got a little point on the end of it. And then if you stay real low and close to the paper or the vinyl, you can hold on tight, and then you'll just go, try to stay low to the paper, if that makes sense, and on a 45-degree angle. And that part weeded out great. Now I'm on a silicone mat. If I was on a harder surface, it would have been a little bit easier, but this is just what I'm going to do. I have to take everything out, and this is how it turns out when you remove everything and you weed it out. And look how pretty it is. It just shines so nicely. And I love the way it looks in the different light. And then here we've got our little pads of our feet for the bunny. And we're going to right click and we'll do that duplicate. And then I'm just going to duplicate a bunch of those. Sometimes I do make extras just in case. I like to make sure that I have extra sometimes if I mess one up or if it doesn't come off properly. And then I'm just going to take my time in Cricut Design Space and spacing them out and getting them the way I want. And what I want to do here is make sure that I have enough room in between each one that I can lay it out flat, and I'll make a little rectangle for my vinyl and cut them out. And then this way, when I go to layer them back in, I can put them on the transfer tape and they go in exactly as you see them here. I don't have to take each little toe pad or foot pad and put that out. It'll all be in one. And then we'll go back through our 12 by 12 mat again, choosing vinyl in our Cricut Design Space, and then we'll get that all cut out, and it'll look like this on the, or whatever way. You have to attach them. If you don't attach them in Cricut Design Space, you're going to get all little separate little toes and little pads. You don't want that. This is going to be a lot easier. It takes up a little more vinyl. And then this is how this turns out. And that's that light pink vinyl. And this is a glossy finish on here. It's I would have liked the matte, but I think it's just fine. I just usually prefer more of a matte finish, but this is what I had on hand for this. And then they weed very nicely. Of course, it's Oracal. And then here are the blanks that are cut out on the CO2 laser. I go to a maker space in my local area, and they have a CO2 laser. I don't own one. They have 100 watt and 150 watt. I cut these out on the 100 watt, and they came out beautifully. I believe it was only one pass from what I remember. And these are the measurements I'm just showing you. I have my finger over that one, but it's 2.625 and then 2.5 in the width. And here we are in Lightburn. We're going to be cutting out the acrylic blanks in this design software called Lightburn. And the laser will cut these pieces out, these blanks. I'm not going to cut out that many, but what I did was I bought my SVG image in, and then I duplicated it so I had a couple. And then in order to make this outline, we're going to go, and this is all grouped together as I bought it in grouped. I'm going to ungroup it, and that's a right click and then click on ungroup, and then you click on it again. And then what will happen is you'll duplicate just the outline of that. Since it's ungrouped, we can take that little outline. Then we're going to go over here on the left hand side in order to get this shape, the larger shape that we're going to be putting the vinyl on. We're going to go and we're going to use the offset tool. We're going to use an outward offset and a round offset. That is going to be 0.1875 that we're going to offset to. And we'll just click those radio buttons, and that will give us the size that we need. And then what I did, I'm going to leave that in here for now, but I'm just showing that that is the size that came out, and that's what we're going to use to cut the blanks. And you would just get that outside shape, and then you're just going to do an offset. I separated them out and ungrouped them because it's easier for me to see, but that's what you'll be using, is the offset tool to make that size of the blank so that you can put the vinyl on. And that's what I love about Lightburn, is you have that versatility of putting in a nice offset. And we're just going to, this is what the blanks are going to look like. And they do have a little circle at the top, or a little ring that you're going to attach the key rings to. What I did was I went forward and I got the shape, or got the dimensions that I wanted. And you know, that's going to vary for what you use, what you put in. And then I just took a circle. I'm going to pull this out just to give you an idea of what this looks like. And I'm going to move it out. And I'm just going to isolate out this circle so that you can see. I made the circle what was going to work for my keychains, 0.1800, and then I'm going to offset again using that outward offset with the round corner style. And actually what we're going to do for the offset distance is go 0.0625. And then we're just offsetting the circle. And then I'm going to take both of them as they're grouped. I group them together. And then I'm going to bring them over and line them up. And you'll see here. And I've got them grouped together. And we're going to get those moved over on the very, very top of the keychain, or wherever you would put your keychain. And then we'll go through our numbers here again. Okay, and then we'll get that set up, and we'll do our offset there. And then we're round and outward. And then we'll say okay. And then we've got that grouped. And we'll get that over on top. And then just get it lined up as best we can. You can do a centering, but I just wanted to go through and get, eyeball it and get the best idea. But of course, as I was saying, everybody's dimensions are going to be a little bit different. This is just how you would attach a circle or a little opening on top. And you can also make the outside, do your offset bigger than that if you wanted to make it more secure. I felt like that was going to be okay and it wasn't going to break off. But if you want it larger, you would just do a larger offset around the circle. Or, if you want to make it smaller, you can do that. But you just resize it to whatever your blank needs to be. And then we're going to just take that circle back and get it back on again. Okay, and I'm just relining it back up. And we're just going to take a look and see, get it lined up as much as possible. And get it right in there. Okay, maybe move it down a little bit. All right, and then we're going to click both of our items and we're going to do a Boolean over to the left hand side, and then that will get our object joined together. It'll be welded together, and that's exactly what we need to do just to get that part of the blank. And then the laser, we'll have the laser cut that out, and we'll leave the paper on the front, the adhesive masking on the front, and the adhesive masking on the back. That is what it measurements wise. And then I made sure that I measured every time. I measured in Cricut Design Space, and I measured in all the different softwares. And then I've got this glitter from Walmart, and it's just down the crafting aisle. Always a very good price for the glitter there, and you get a lot. And that's our triple thick. I'm going to use that to coat on my glitter and to finish our top. I've newly discovered triple thick and I absolutely love it. I have been using it for so many things. I actually had to order a bigger jar from Michael's. And we're going to start off with about that much. We'll probably get more later, and it will dry. It looks a little milky and cloudy now, but it will dry clear. And then I've just got this Dollar Tree Cricut tool, or actually Dollar Tree tool. And then I'm going to use that to put my glitter in. It doesn't stick as much, and I didn't have like a little spoon handy. I had this. So I grabbed that, and then I'm just going to dump in a whole boatload of glitter, and then probably even more glitter, because I really want it to be heavy in glitter. And I'm mixing that in with the triple thick. Of course, there's other ways that you can do this, the way that you like to put it on. I've seen some people take Mod Podge and do that first and then do a boatload of glitter. I just like the way that this works and the way that everything came on. I use my fan brush too with the triple thick because I feel like it gets it flat. And then I'm only going to take one side off of this blank, just one, and it's a little tricky. It takes patience to get through it. Take off this side first, because if anything gets on the other side, then it won't get, well, it actually won't get on the other side. So it'll block it from doing that. And then this is the side we're going to work on. It does get a little bit, I guess it's got some stickiness on it, but I've seen some people too sand them. I didn't do that with this. I figured that this was going to be, it was going to adhere enough. So I didn't sand it, and I'm just using my glitter mixture here and my triple thick, and I'm going to get all that glitter in the places that I want to get it in. But I also have to be very careful when I'm smoothing the triple thick, because it really needs to be painted and not so much stacked up. So getting the glitter into the different areas is good, because I can get more on the brush and kind of put it, because it wasn't going to the edges. So I wanted to make sure that it would go to the edge, and I would get it everything where I wanted it. I didn't want some parts to not have glitter and other parts to have too much glitter. So I was spreading all of that out, and I took my time for each piece, and I'm going through it, and you see that it's a little bit foggy there, a little bit white there, but that'll all dry clear. And then I'm just distributing the triple thick right now, making sure that it's going to lay flat. You just brush it, and you don't want big globs or drips or anything like that. So you have to really make sure after you get everything in place that you flatten that out. And then some of it will go on the sides too. So you just have to take your brush, and you can wipe your brush too later and wipe all those pieces off. And that thing that I'm using, I'm not even really sure what it is. I know I got it a long time ago for resin, and I'm not sure from where. I have a silicone mat, like honeycomb mat, on order from Temu, and I'm waiting for that. But back in the day when I ordered all this stuff, this is what I was using it for. And it's really not that great, because if you get any resin on it or glue, you can't really get it off. And then here's our back part. We left that paper on. It's going to be tricky to get this off, so I'm going to use my little Dollar Tree tool again, and just the best thing to do is just try to get an edge up and not scratch it, and then pull back and release that. And then you can just grab that little edge right there and just slowly peel it off, and it's on there pretty tight. And then there we go. I just love the way that glitter looks. And the little chunky pieces, they're kind of, I guess, hexagon shape, I believe. And then this is my transfer tape. I've got our holographic bunny outline. I'm going to use this transfer tape. I get this from Expressions Vinyl, and it lasts a long time. It's a very big roll. I use it actually over and over again for a lot of things, because it doesn't stick as much, if that makes sense. And now what I'm doing here is I'm just taking my little, I can't remember what the name of it is, but anyway, I'm taking that and I'm just burnishing down the edges. It's better to leave it, I know it looks like I'm struggling a little bit here, but it's better to peel back the paper and let the transfer side down. And you'll see her too with the little feet and some of the little edges. I did have some trouble, but I'm slowly going through and taking that back piece off. And since this is a very thin outline, it's a little bit harder to get onto the transfer tape. So I'm just taking my time ever so gently, getting that piece off. And I did burnish it a lot, and it didn't get through for me. So that's the way I ended up doing it. And then I have my line, sorry about my head. I had a center line fold there, and I lined it up. Since everything's clear, you can see what you're doing. So you can take your time and line it up. And then I'm just burnishing the edges on again. And then what we'll do is we're just going to gently pull off, and I'm going to stand up here because I'll get a better angle. And then what you can do is you just want to hold down, and then you try to stay as flush as you can. I always go at a 45-degree angle. That seems to work the best for me. There we go. So we've got our holographic vinyl on, and that's just looking so pretty. I'm excited. I can't wait to see when they come out. All right. We'll take this guy, and the next step that we're going to do here is we're going to put the feet on. And this is the way the feet are when you put them in a on the transfer tape. And then I'm doing that same thing where I pull the paper away from the transfer tape. And then we've got our little feet, and Oracal, usually always weeds well. I'm even actually burnishing this with my hands, which I probably could have done with the little thing there. I can't remember the name of that. I don't know why. Anyway, this tool here. Then we're just going to pull off on that 45-degree angle again. They came off very nicely. I did have a little bit right here that I had to burnish a little bit more. Okay, and let me use my little burnishing tool. We'll call it that. And then here we go. I mean, they're just adorable. They're so cute. Little bunny feet. All right, and I like the way the back came out. And then you can seal this any way that you would like to, or not seal it, but I'm going to put some triple thick over it. I don't know how spray would do, but I would imagine that it would be okay if you had clear spray or something. I would do it on a test piece first if you could, but I'm just going to do this because I can brush it on. And I'm actually going to do one coat, and that's it. And I'm going to have it seal up. We're going to let it dry. I let the triple thick dry for many, many hours. 3 is usually about good, but sometimes I just let it dry overnight and I come back to them. But I mean, look at that. So pretty. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to look so nice. And then here I've got my little cottontail, and those are the little Walmart pom-poms. I think they were $1 something a pack. And I did buy 2 because I wanted to have more white little pom-pom tails, but I ended up using the colors anyway, and I think they came out really good. And then I've got my Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm going to glue the pom-poms on, the tails on with that. And then I figured too, if they eventually did get knocked off, that would be okay too, because you would still have the outline of the tail until you found a new pom-pom, or if you even wanted to glue a different type of pom-pom on, you could. And it's just so cute. I mean, if you look at it from the back, it really doesn't have a big glue spot like if you used hot glue. That's why I didn't want to use hot glue on that. And then here they are. So adorable and just shiny and glittery and pink. So cute. And these keychains I've had for so many years. This is back from, so many years ago. I don't even remember. But they're called snake keychains. I do see them out in the store. I think Walmart even has them, but I didn't see them in gold. And I love the gold. I wasn't sure about how I was going to feel about the gold, but I do like it. And then I like these colored tails too. I really wanted them all to be white, but when I saw the pink and the blue and the yellow, I thought they would be so cute. And I'm giving them as gifts, so I want them to be, each one to be a little different, so everybody knows which one is theirs. Just the shine, the tail, and everything. And the fact that I was able to draw this out and make my own blanks is really exciting to me. I'm very, very happy about the way that they came out. Beautiful. And if you make some acrylic keychains, share the inspiration and tag us on Instagram at tranquil_mentor, or visit us on Facebook at Tranquil Mentor. Keep in mind, if you're feeling a little down or overwhelmed, do some crafting and DIYing. It can really help to reduce some anxiety and give you an outlet. Be kind to yourself and make something great. We also have some journals linked below that can help keep you on track with your behavioral health and well-being. And if you are already one of our subscribers, welcome back and thanks for watching our video today. And if you're not a subscriber, welcome to our channel. And if you would be so kind to subscribe and like our video, it helps YouTube notice us a little more, and it supports our channel and helps us to grow. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.